Hey everybody, welcome back to Dragon Saga's Newbie Guide. In the last part, we helped a man recover from his amnesia and began the ascent of Drakos Labyrinth. In this episode, Paris' generals are up ahead, or at least one of them, and we have to climb. Let's climb. Alright, F30, F37, and F50 all have unique loading screens to represent that you're about to fight one of these boys. The Gaiden, apologies for those who liked that I was taking a challenge, but for the sake of challenge, the elites of Paris and Paris herself, I'm going to be fighting with a weaker weapon. Just to appease those, just the reason, like 50 floor dungeon. I have done a full 1 to 50 of Drakos. It is annoying, even with plus 20, it takes forever. So, yeah. Unless you're an invoker. Unless you're an invoker with like a fuck ton of repair spanners. And sorry for War Portal individuals who represent my videos, I do swear. Anyways. So we're just going to be going through here. Oh, how courteous of that skeleton to cart himself over here to get his butt whooped. Like some monsters nowadays want to run from you for 35 minutes. Okay. Now then, buff yourself up and get ready for a potentially long fight if you don't have a high enchanted weapon. Because we got the first of the 3 generals of Paris, Gaiden. Gaiden is one of my favorite design bosses, just this skull-faced metal robot terror. Anyways, Gaiden, Keymart, and Taurus all have a unique trait to them. They recover 11,000 health a second. Well, it's actually a percentage of their health. So, this is kind of the reason why they usually take the longest of all the Drakos bosses to kill. Because, you know, they self-sustain themselves. Which is usually why, like, in expert mode, these are the 3 you take the longest on. Gaiden is unique in that his boss fight mechanic actually changed drastically from his mission map variant. Gaiden's old mission map actually had a special trait to it where a ticking time bomb would be in the center of the room, and every like few minutes it would explode, combined with his massive health pool, which was considered huge at the time for level 65 cap. When that bomb hit 0, if you weren't within like, you know, if you didn't like kill the bomb when it began counting down, it would explode and one-shot every player in the room. Yeah, it's actually that bad. But anyways, that's the first of the 3 generals, Gaiden down. He's the easiest of the 3, trust me. So, we have 2 more to go, and I have an F37 scroll right here where the next one resides. This one's hero mode, though, so we'll be seeing an actual challenge. And at this point, I'm just going to buy it. I'll be entirely honest with you, if like some issue happens now, climbing up these last 10 floors, I will buy an F50 scroll. Sorry, just it gets really annoying. Anyways, I skipped 7 floors here, so you didn't see it, but I believe after Gaiden, the monsters go through another level up jump, going up to level 69 and 70. So you're going to be having a bit of a tough time here chipping them down. Notice here 10k crits do absolutely nothing to them. Which is why after I beat Keymart, I'm switching back to the Lightning Oak for the last 10 floors of Drakos until we reach Taurus. And then after that, I switch the weapon for Taurus' boss fight and Paris' boss fight. I know you guys want to see a long, drawn-out challenge, and that's kind of what I'm going to do for you. Well, challenging myself as always, finding new ways and creative ways to make the game interesting, showing what would it be like to be a player of, well, game entry caliber. You don't need a deep wallet to enjoy these games. You just need time and patience. Anyways, this actually is going to take a while, but thankfully merchant bought weapons do have a lot of durability for them. These are the Jason Boom Booms. They're so funny. Let's see. Ignore that chat. Seriously, look at the HP of these guys. This is hero mode, by the way, and I am at a good enchanted weapon to fight them. Just like when they're +7, they have +7 defense, which means their defense is actually much higher than their standard defense. The way I like to see it is that they take the monster's defense value for that level, and then they put it through the enchant system and enchant them to +7, which is actually a considerable jump. Anyways, here's Keymart, the next of the three. Like Gaiden, I think he can self-heal himself. Well, actually, no, they disabled it on him. Keymart is notorious for being one of the harder hitting of the three, especially with his Flame Breath. He also has a Fire Rain attack, which is actually pretty deadly and can charge across the arena like that. Fun fact, Keymart's mission map variant, back when Drakos was young, was much different. The floor was on fire, and you would take constant damage per second while standing on it. The DOT would be applied to you endlessly, no matter how many times you cured it. On top of Keymart's considerably high attack power, for, at the time, was enough to one-shot some players. And that's Keymart. These guys used to have a lot more HP. Not gonna get anything nice. Hero 34 scroll. Nice. Sometimes it gives you hearts of the different bosses. Like, there's Gaiden's heart. There was Kusha's heart from the previous floor. 34. F34 is not bad, actually. I'll keep that for the sake of quests. And, before we make the final climb to F50 from F40, I'm going to repair my stuff. I'm also going to repair my Lightning Oak weapon. And we're going to go restock on potions. The reason I'm using this is to just speed up. The next 10 floors are the longest and most difficult. And we're going to buy some more mana potions. And wait, I'm level 70, right? As you can see, the risks I take are... I'm a very calculative person, but man, am I terrible at math. Because we had access to the Gold and Mercury MP potions. HP and MP potions. Best in slots. Get 300 of each. And we're ready. Well, we're not ready yet. We haven't set these to our hotkeys. Got 300 of each, which is nice. Now that we have these, a lot more healing. And we're going to be going to floor 40. Okay, so the last 10 floors of Drakos take the longest to complete. The monsters suffer another level spike at about 42 or something like that, so they go up to level 72, which is their highest level. They have their highest health values here on Hero Mode and even more on Expert Mode. I don't have the critical damage to run this dungeon properly, which is something I wish I had. But then remember, summon skills don't go off of your critical damage, only Magic Missile does. So it'd be better for me to have maxed critical rate. That's why I took the Johnny weapon, because it had final crit rate. That's why I got it for Newbie in the first place, because it has a final crit rate. Yeah, it's a little spear. I'd actually prefer Newbie wielding a tiny harpoon. It's cute. Makes me think of the penguins from Cold War. That RuneScape quest. Just these penguins holding spears and all that, just trying to attack humans and polar bears and all that. It'd be funny. Alright, for floor 40, we have a rematch against the Fairy Queen Arca, even though we never fought her on this character outside of Spectre's Tower. Just like Arca's fight, she's going to entangle you in vines, she's going to shoot sunflowers at you. The sunflowers do lower your movement speed. As you see here, like, with enough movement speed, you can move in it, just like how you used to be able to with Net Bind before caps. And she has her own Dark Heart for Sekmathian pieces. Not like we need it. You only need the ones for the Zaharant weapons. because those take the longest to make. And by the way, if you want to make a Zaharat weapon recipe, I'll show you how to do it. There's a quest that's like the last choice that gives you a Sekmathian shoulder recipe. Once you clear that, the quests for the weapon become available. So you just have to make a Sekmathian shoulder recipe to get Zaharat weapon recipe. And then you can make those. And then you gotta make those like 3 times to get a 3-stat one that would sell for the most gold. Yeah, the random like 1, 2, 3 stat things of weapons always bothered me. I was really grateful my 5th hero weapon rolled 4 stat. Alright, F41 I believe is Pythanos was F39. 41 is Artis. It's going to go a little off the order from Spectre's Tower, but it is the same bosses from Spectre's Tower. Same designs and everything. Spectre's Tower actually came out after the revised Drakos, so these models are where they originally came from. I just thought it was weird that they made you rematch them in Spectre's Tower when they first released it. Anyways, because Artis in this mode's Fury mode is the attack boost, he goes down fairly easily. That was an F40 scroll. No, F39. Still good enough. Okay. Let's go through the next floors of these. This shouldn't be too hard. Alright, it's a Lumen. Oh. We'll see you soon, buddy. Like 7 levels from now. Now, if I recall correctly, Illumin's is also the speed attack boost, like Artist's is, so he'll drop like a brick. Unless he... Okay, yeah, I thought he was going to freeze me. Alright, F43. This is a long climb. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is going to be a long climb. You may want to skip ahead to a certain point when Paris happens because... Like, I'm trying to make this as fast as I can. I could have went here with other people and whatnot, but I just decided not to. I could have bought a F50 scroll. I could have, like, found one or bought it, used it on Newbie, and, you know, did that. I just didn't want to. There's just no point. I wanted to do this legitimately. And in the future, like, I know there's not going to be any more dungeons like this. At least not for a while. Because these are a little more complicated to program than things like the Destiny dungeon. Alright, F43 I think is Pythanos clone. You fight Pythanos like 6 times in Drakos, if I recall correctly. All of them with different designs. I'll just stay back in case he spins. Yeah. Oh well, that's not bad. He just hit us once. He does the Crystal Rain. Oh, we got our Missile Rain. Last I checked, missiles were better than crystals. Another... got Sealed Pants. Unfortunately, 14 health is not a in-demand item all option, so I'm not going to unseal those. I do not want my inventory to be full like this. Okay. Oh, the level gap already happened. It happened in the previous floor, but yeah, now they're at level 72, which is going to be pretty hard. And I think that's the reason why Drakos' like level requirement gets really high. Like it starts at 65, but goes higher. And the reason for that is because, well, the monsters go from level 65 to 72. Now, if I recall correctly, 70 is the highest quest I need because. And I know this is the highest quest I need. I know that they did not want me to level up more because I have a daily quest called To Enter Garrison Base. To Enter Garrison Base is a hero quest that is a daily quest to get Elga medals for free. It requires level 70 to enter, which means if I can do that, then that means it thinks I'm at the minimal level to enter the Black Claw Nest, which means I can do Elga on Newbie. Doesn't mean I want to. So I should be able to do the Paris boss fight. They released this when I believe for some places this mansion was released with a cap of 70. So yeah, they wanted to make sure you could do Paris's hero quest at 70. So that's why I know I'm not too low level for this. Watch my ass get shut up. But if they let me do Kimar and Tara's quest, that means that they know it's 70. I think it's right at 72 or 69 at the lowest. Because Sekmathian is a level 68 set, and Zaharan is a level 70 weapon. How? Oh, that's my phone. Shut up, phone. Put you on silent before I record videos. Alright, it's 45, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting to like the strongest of the monsters, which means we're getting close. Durability if I wasted 98 out of 100. I've wasted 2 durability doing 5 floors, and I thought weapon repairs were going to be a problem. Solomon, you're not playing your summoner, silly. This is a sorcerer. A sorcerer that you built to incorporate X-Spam with regular attacks, but don't have an attack speed pet yet. I'm getting there. That's why I chose Sekmathian gloves. Alright, next boss is Azazel. He's level 72. He's a clone of Night Lord. All the bosses you want to clone. They also clone Night Lord and Artis a bunch. I think that actually... Why did I use Time Stop? Fun fact, I think that actually does do like a little bit of damage. Maybe I did it just to look cool. Okay, there we go. Gotta get more F40s. I really would like to get more F40 scrolls because they're the harder ones to get. And I did. Also got F38. I don't need F38. I just need 37, 30, 37, and 40 are the best scrolls to look for. 40 is the highest you can get as a shortcut scroll, so every floor from here on out is going to drop between 38 and 40. I said 40. Ugh. Okay. 46, I think, is Rocco? No, Queen Vela. It's Queen Vela, Rocco, Carcarus, Night Lord, and Taurus. I remember now. And that's how I know that order off memory. I've done a lot of Drakos in the past. Like I said, back when the caps were like 70, 75, this was the dungeon to run for money. Hero Secmathian pieces were in demand. White Paris wings were discovered to be a super rare drop. And because of that, a lot of people were using them because, like, you know, Blizzard Muffler's defense. Because, you know, if you can't beat the ninja, just make your defense too high for them to deal with. And also, it was the easiest, like, budget. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, once upon a time, to be viable in Battle Square in PvP, you just needed a plus 20 weapon and a plus 20 Paris wings. That gave you enough defense to survive more than a few hits, gave you enough attack to deal okay damage to most armor, and that was all you needed. The extra mile was just to make yourself unkillable to most players. Those were the days when it was when you could make a budget PvP character. Nowadays, you still can, because this isn't pay to win anymore. Anyways, there's Vela. She goes the speed boost when she goes Fury mode, so she takes full damage. I don't need any of these. Really, the Cursed Bomb Dust used to sell because it was, like, people use it to make Zaharants, but nowadays it doesn't anymore. Anyways, more of these super armored Shroom fighters. We're getting very close to the end here. I really hope we get a good thumbnail for this. Like, it gets the loading screen for the Paris boss fight. Man, that'd be awesome to get his thumbnail. I really gotta learn to do custom thumbnails. So just do that, put that, because it's... Or that, not just that, get the promotional image for Paris Strikes Back. Now that was a patch note image. You had full buxom witch Paris next to Elga. It looks like something you'd wear on a t-shirt. In fact, why isn't that a t-shirt? Put it on a shirt. Okay, Chief Rocco is the same as Chief Rocco from Spectre's Tower. He actually uses a battle axe, which is pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, I like the wolf, but there's just something so awesome about seeing a guy who fights with a great axe. That's a real man's weapon. I know someone from FR is going to tell me, oh, Solomon, look at the item all weapons in FR. To which I say, look, if they wanted to give Overlords battle axes, they would. Maybe it's because I really liked Drakos back when I played RuneScape old school. Just something about dunking your enemy with a giant axe from all their health. I don't know. I think most games using a two-handed sword for the Berserker type class was just a little too overdone. Because it wasn't just giant swords, it was giant axes, it was giant spears, it could be giant anything. It could even be a giant sword. Or two giant swords. I don't know. This is kind of why I'm kind of looking forward to, what's it called? Kind of looking forward to Ragnarok 2, because the Berserker class has nice alternate weapons that aren't just swords, but they fit the class's skills at the same time. Or, not Ragnarok 2, Maple Story 2. Anyways, F48, this has Carcarus as a boss. A little worried about Karkar's damage with his Earthquake attack, but... you want to explain that, sir? Alright, we're getting there. 2 more floors to go. Also, you're probably starting to see it, but almost every boss on these latter floors of Drakos have nature as a weakness. And you people thought me going nature on Newbie was coincidental. It's not. Because it turns out, and I'm going to tell you this right now, every boss in Endgame, with the exception of Arcadia bosses, are dark attribute. Which means I get boosted damage towards them. So just slightly, like a few extra %. But it's enough. It's enough to matter. A couple extra hundreds on there, on those damage ranges. Look at that, he would have survived. Actually, no, having max nature attack is only good when you're fighting Elga on an X-Spam class, because it adds, like, flat damage to your thing, and this is why I don't want to pick up... I really need to take off auto pickup for potions. Because, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know, let's look up. Misk. Item auto looting. Cons. We're going to turn that off because we don't want any of these. Misks will pick up. Equips will definitely pick up. Potions, we will not pick up. I think this is mine, has its own equipment settings anyways. So, oops. Anyways, Night Lord, semi-final boss, semi-final boss. Let me see if it'll pick up all the scrolls. You really only need 40 for this. Oh man, I should have ended the video right there. Okay, and we're back. Apologies for that awkward and long pause of nothing. I'll explain the full context of it in the description. Bit of a personal matter I had to attend to. Anyways, final floor, F50. Yep, just this one floor, and then I have to equip a normal weapon for some hell. Trust me, if you think I'm having trouble on these hero mode bosses with a +7 weapon, wait till you see Paris. Okay. Just in case, do I have anything? I don't have anything like a safety foam, but whatever. Alright, let's unequip our overpowered weapon, because we're going at this legitimately. Let's go. The final boss of the massive climb of Drakos is the Scorpion King in Taurus. Easily the hardest of the three. He used to heal over time, and the heal was actually one of the worst out there. It actually made him near unbeatable to kill solo. You've probably seen like those really old Draconica videos of a level 65 fighting in Taurus, getting absolutely dunked on, taking like 3 hours to kill him and whatnot. Yeah, those were the days. Saying that a lot lately. Anyways, he's got this slam attack, goes on continuously. If he catches you in it, it can be very deadly. He's got his roar, which does a ton of damage, knocks you down repeatedly. That's all this boss is. And his tail laser, which hits a lot of damage. And oh god. Thank goodness for physical damage drop, am I right? Yeah, because that actually hits pretty hard. That's a scream. Thankfully, the electric shock flinch kicked in. And he's done. 50. Clear and clear. All we have left is the Black Witch. Ding dong, the Black Witch is going to be dead soon. So, before I do anything, turn in this quest for hardly anything. And lastly, the top of Drakos, where we have to kill Paris. It gives 20% experience for level 70. This should be pretty easy, right? The easiest 20% of my life. Let's do this! Alright, before anything, set up your buffs. Enter the Altar of Truth. That right there. That's what I want for my thumbnail. Hope YouTube's auto thumbnails get it. Here's Yanghe. I have no idea who this is. I think he was supposed to be for the Dragonkin quest part of this. But Gravity KR kind of abandoned the idea of them having separate paths, and I was just... my thunder break was just hitting this guy. Anyways, Paris' fight here is going to be exactly the same as her fight in Spectre's Tower, except she's got a bit more damage to her. Fairly easy. Her bone spikes are even bugged, so they never spawn. She has 3 million health, which is a lot. The homing tornadoes do hit some decent damage, but nothing I can't endure. We're a lot stronger this time. We can't. Paris ain't gonna bully us so easily. This is... okay, I just realized how low my damage actually is. Holy crap. I am grateful I'm not doing Expert Paris. If you do Expert Paris with a low-level weapon, she has like 30 million HP. It's actually insane. So, like, not only is your damage microscopic, but you also have to deal with the fact that her HP is, like, 50 times higher. And level scaled. Actually, this isn't so bad. And, oh, I'm gonna get launched. Oh, no, I dodged it. Perfect. Okay. And, uh-oh. These spawn the Night Lords. The boss health bars are glitching. They're tiny. Oh no, I killed them actually. Yeah, she'll do that on like her last million health or something. Okay, I'm gonna actually get away from her before I launch my next attack, because I really don't want what's gonna happen next to trigger with me right next to her. Indeed, it's not coincidence that you found this place. Oh, you spoiled it. Oh, you thought I was kidding in the Arcadia episode when I said that, you know, nothing's going to convince me to stop that to not see Paris do that? Here's Paris's true form. Yeah, she's been holding back on us. One of the hardest bosses in the game. Easily. Over 5 million health. Level 72. Oh god. That homing orb will apply Frog's Curse on you. This attack will reflect 100% of the damage you deal back at her. You can easily one-shot yourself. Her mana bullets deal 1,000 flat damage to both her health and mana bar. The best strategy to solo Paris when you have no gear is to not run into light pillars. Please don't do reflect. Please don't do reflect. Son of a bitch. This is why, and also, I forgot to mention, Sorks have some of the hardest time fighting Paris because of her reflect. The best thing to do is to just let Paris make the first move. Wait for her to do an animation. She's usually locked into like a different animation every time. And then just wail on her a bit. I guarantee you it's the easiest way to fight her when you have no gear. You'll telegraph every reflect, so you'll never attack into one on accident. You'll be able to react in time to things like the frog. You won't be next to any light pillars when they spawn. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. That actually stops that. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, okay, oh, yeah, she'll do a spin one. It's gonna hit me no matter what, but whatever. It's actually a good idea that I'm using a low-level weapon. Stop ringing my phone. Stop it, phone. Oh, God, I got dunked on. Yeah, that's the problem with playing Sork against Paris. That's why I say, like, you just hit and run against her. Alright. Also, direct contact with Paris will knock you back for a little bit of damage. Direct contact with the pillars will knock you back for like 5k flat damage. Don't use any pet attacks because those will count towards your health bar for reflect damage. That was an expensive revive. I should not die too often. Because I remember now, revive does scale off level. Oh, that attack. If you're right next to her when she does that, it'll take about half of your health and mana away. And it does, and she can hit you twice with it. Yeah, like I said, this is a very difficult fight to solo when you're low gear. When you're high gear, you kill her in like 20 seconds. Oh, crap. Oh, good. She drifted away from it. Run! I have not fought Paris in a long time, as you can see. this isn't even the worst part of it. Like, she does get, like, she has a Desperation Attack that can easily, like, waste you. I think I'm just gonna hit and run it with the missiles. One thing you can do is that when she, like, begins to charge those bolts, that's the attack where she stands still the longest, doing absolutely nothing. So once she, like, shoots in a direction or does one of what she's doing, you just kind of wail on her like this, and you won't have to worry about the reflect. Oh, crap. Alright, she's getting there. I think she might end up doing her Desperation Attack. She has a Desperation Attack. It's very rare that she does it. And I think Popcorn can explain this one better. But she has a version of the arrow volley where she's spinning around that every hit drains 100% of your mana. I don't know what the explanation for this is. And like I said, if Popcorn, if you're watching this, if you could provide some context as to why she does this, like this programmed desperation move, that'd be pretty awesome. Oh god. Her applying, is that it? No. I don't know what it is. I think it's like an intellect check or something. It's something more complex. Like, it's like basically her regular attacks get beefier as the fight goes on. And that's it. Ding dong, the Black Witch is dead. And I never got that necklace. I don't know what the Solstice equipment are. See what happens when you use New Origin, like retcon stuff, and then you never finish the storyline? I can't even blame Gravity anymore. They don't write the story for this game anymore. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Wow. Alright. Alright, so Paris is dead. Elga has escaped. The world is probably in inevitable danger. And I only died one time to reflect. That's 2 less than I thought I was. Anyways, final loot boxes. Let us see. I'm picking this one. Come on, big money, no whammies, no whammies. And for our prize, we got junk. Anyways, who cares? We're gonna get a lot of experience from this quest. Looks like our piece is coming back to us again, but our hope has been dropped. Elga has been revived. However, it doesn't mean Elga has reached the perfect revival as I saw. Elga has ran away. At least it's good news that we have defeated the Witch Paris. Soon we can find the runaway Elga's hidden place, so don't be too relaxed. Alright. For our rewards, we got a metric ton of experience. Some crappy drops from Paris. Except these. These are used to make Zarants. We have this achievement called Ultimate Slayer. This is a unique medal that can only be accessed, I think, in the special tab? I don't know where the special... It was in the special tab a long time ago. Or did they move it to World? I think they moved it to World. Yep, they did. Anyways, it's plus 10 to all stats. Some HP and MP recovery. It does have a unique animation for a medal. These are rare nowadays. So, it's just more so a fashion medal, if anything else. I don't need that, though. I use Savior of Arcadia for the health. I think I'm going to go back to Veteran Monster Slayer, though. I need the attack speed more. Well, we defeated Paris. Climbed through all of Drakos, and now Elga's on the loose. Hell Krauser has a new objective for us. Let's see what he has to do in the next episode. See you guys then.